In the spring of 1744, a young German princess named Sophie Friedrich August von Anhalt-Zerbst stepped off a carriage in the Russian capital of St. Petersburg. She was just 14 years old, but already her destiny was being woven into the grand tapestry of empire. The Russian Empress Elizabeth had summoned her to marry the heir to the throne, the awkward and unpredictable Grand Duke Peter, nephew of the Empress. Sophie was chosen not for love, but for politics. Her family was minor nobility, but her lineage and alliances made her a perfect bride for Russia's future ruler. The first days in Russia were overwhelming. The language was foreign, the customs strange, the court glittering but cold. Sophie immersed herself in learning Russian, adopting the Orthodox faith, and transforming herself into a figure worthy of imperial Russia. She took a new name, Ekaterina Alexeyevna, or Catherine. Her discipline and charm impressed many at court, though her fiancé remained distant. Peter, more interested in playing with toy soldiers and idolizing the Prussian King Frederick the Great, seemed ill-suited for leadership. Their marriage in 1745 was a grand spectacle, but behind closed doors it was a union without warmth. Peter's erratic behavior, open disregard for Catherine, and personal vices created a tense and loveless household. Catherine, however, proved resilient. She buried herself in books, philosophy, politics, history, quietly shaping her intellect. In the shadows, she formed friendships and alliances with influential nobles, aware that power in Russia was not merely inherited, but taken. The years passed, and Catherine endured humiliation, loneliness, and suspicion. Her position was precarious. Without an heir, her future was uncertain. But in 1754, she gave birth to a son, Paul. Whispers surrounded his paternity, with rumors that one of Catherine's lovers might be the father. Regardless, the Empress Elizabeth seized a child to raise herself, leaving Catherine isolated once more. By the late 1750s, Peter's instability had grown more alarming. His obsession with Prussia clashed with Russian interests, and his disdain for Russian culture alienated the nobility. Catherine, now a keen observer of court politics, quietly gathered loyal supporters among guards, ministers, and foreign envoys. She cultivated her public image, attending church services, appearing in elegant Russian dress, and portraying herself as a true daughter of the empire. In December 1761, Empress Elizabeth died, and Peter ascended the throne as Peter III. His reign was a disaster from the start. He withdrew from a victorious war against Prussia, angering the military. He attempted to modernize the army along Prussian lines, offending tradition. His reforms favored nobility but ignored the church and common people. In his personal life, he flaunted his mistress and humiliated Catherine, even hinting at divorce. By the summer of 1762, Catherine realized that her survival, and perhaps Russia's future, depended on action. She coordinated with powerful allies, including her lover, the dashing and influential Grigory Orlov. On July 9th, while Peter was away at his palace, Catherine donned the green uniform of the Imperial Guard, mounted a horse, and rode to the barracks in St. Petersburg. Soldiers and officers swore allegiance to her on the spot. She then rode to the cathedral, where the archbishop proclaimed her Empress Catherine II. Peter, caught off guard, attempted to flee, but was captured. Within a week, he was dead under mysterious circumstances, officially declared a result of hemorrhoidal colic. Though many believed he was murdered, Catherine publicly mourned him, but privately, she knew the empire was hers. Her early years as empress were marked by bold reforms. She modernized government administration, promoted education for women, reformed provincial governance, and supported the arts. Inspired by Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire and Diderot, she sought to project an image of a philosopher queen, yet she was pragmatic, careful not to undermine the power of the nobility or the church. Catherine's reign was also one of expansion. Under her leadership, Russia extended its borders to the Black Sea, absorbed Crimea, and pushed deep into Polish territories during the partitions of Poland. She strengthened Russia's position as a European power, earning the respect and fear of other monarchs. But her private life continued to stir intrigue. Catherine took a series of lovers, many of whom were rewarded with titles, lands, and wealth. Her relationship with Grigory Potemkin, a brilliant military leader and statesman, was one of passion and partnership. Together, they orchestrated military campaigns and domestic projects that reshaped the empire. Potemkin's villages became legendary, though the term likely exaggerated, as symbols of Russia's growing might. Scandals followed Catherine. Enemies whispered salacious rumors, including the infamous and false story that she died attempting intimacy with a horse. In reality, she died in 1796 at the age of 67 after a stroke, leaving behind a transformed Russia, larger, stronger, and more modern than when she had seized power. Catherine the Great's life was a study in ambition, resilience, and political genius. From a minor German princess to one of the most powerful women in history, she ruled for 34 years, shaping Russia into a formidable empire. Her story remains one of the most dramatic tales of power, betrayal, and triumph the world has ever known. If you love the untold stories of history, subscribe and turn on notifications for more royal secrets, forbidden romances, and forgotten truths await in the next story.